All right.
One, two, talk that talk.
On Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
Yeah.
2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
All right, y'all.
Ricardo Brown, the man from downtown, hits those jumpers from Washington to B-Town. That's the man. What's up, Rick?
Oh my goodness. Hey, how much I owe you for that one?
Oh, man. The truth always sets you free here.
Yeah, I know. How much I owe you? What's up, Coach? How you feel, man?
Man, I'm feeling good. Boy, your people, your INSiiGHTS family.
Okay.
Coach Clayton, you ain't called the man Frankenstein, did you? You ain't really do that, did you? I said, oh, did you call him Eddie Munster? Which one was it? I said, y'all need to stop. I said, y'all be too hard now.
Gotta love him. Gotta love him.
Gotta
Love
love
him. Mwah. 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 Mwah.
Gotta love them, boy. They said if they were Jimmy Haslam, he said they would tell the city of Cleveland to kick rocks. They said, how they gonna try to tell them about where he's gonna build a stadium with his money? And Brook Park is like right next. You don't even know that you've gone from Cleveland to Brook Park. But then somebody said they couldn't help but crack up about Rick and his disdain for DC sports teams, as he's always talking shit about everybody else's team.
When you don't have a team that's good, then you can relate and talk about teams that not good. See, it goes hand in hand, folks. See, I know sorry teams because I live it.
Welcome to Cleveland. They said big respect to Paige Booker. You know, with that piece when she honored and talked about the black women in sports. They said they hadn't seen that and got a lot of comments about her and what she said relative to that. And you know, that was pretty significant. Pretty
Yeah, that was
significant.
deep.
Now, our favorite Cowboy fan, Todd Lampley, he said he didn't want to let you know he gonna sue Rick if he don't stop talking about his Cowboys.
Okay. You can sue. I'll tell them this. You can sue when y'all get to the NFC Championship game.
Oh, see, there you go, starting something there. See, there you go.
I didn't say Super Bowl. Super Bowl. We all know that's a pipe dream. So I try to reel him in a little bit. Let him loose. What's up, Todd?
Todd also said he want to make sure he passes his condolences on to Earl and his family. And you know, Earl watches every week and usually on live, so he hears you and appreciates those comments. We got a number of those about Earl and his family, and at the funeral, Earl spoke really well. I mean, he did a good job, and he did. It was his mama was somebody. Now she touched a lot of people. She was an evangelist. Had about 15 to 20 ministers in there. They'll probably take about that many to say some words over me for them to hear it, because it's gonna take a lot of them to speak up. So they're gonna have to speak in unison. And it said, Rick, you right. They said, Mick, you are a hard ass. I said, okay, well, I said, I'll take that. I said, I'll take that.
Facts.
You know. But Cleveland
What we
repped
always say,
well.
Coach.
Huh?
What
What'd
we
you
say
say?
though? We straight no chaser.
Straight no chaser. I knew he might be on there. There go Earl. Earl, we appreciate you, man. We a lot of love for you.
My man.
Y'all sent your mom off
My
right.
man.
Y'all really did. Y'all sent her off right. Or they had that thing where people spoke and they said 3 minutes only. But you know, it had to be a politician, a city councilwoman who would go a little longer, oblivious to that.
Mm-hmm.
Oblivious to that.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Sports Diva?
Hey, Sports Diva. What's happening?
Always on there. Okay, Sports Diva. They had something on the news talking about Cleveland and talking about those corned beef sandwiches. Even my wife said, "Oh, they talked about that big corned beef sandwich." I said, "That's only a Slimers. Everybody from Cleveland would know that big corned beef sandwich. You'd almost have to cut it in half to try to get it. There's no way possible you can get it in your mouth. Boy, that thing pretty special, boy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But Earl, a lot of love for you, man, and you know we really appreciate you, and you know the INSiiGHTS family with you all the way. You know, with you all the way. Rick, were you surprised at anybody? Were you surprised at the tournament?
The ending, no. Not at all. South Carolina for the women has proven all year that they're the best team in the land. And Don Staley is making some good things happen there. And same with UConn. I mean, UConn didn't go undefeated, but they've been playing lights out for the last month and a half. And once they got to the tournament, it would have taken something really special to beat them. And that wasn't happening. That wasn't the case. So no, not in that terms. Now, North Carolina State, the men and women's teams, that was a surprise. And I was happy to see the men's team get as far as they did and play as well as they did, as well as Alabama. I was surprised at them on the men's side. What about you?
Okay, well, I'm gonna hold it for a minute because I see our special guest is here. You know, we always
Okay.
appreciative when we can get the legend on here, and I see that he's driving. I could see him backstage there that he's driving. So I don't know if he's coming from Alabama to Georgia. You know, I don't know if they ran him out of Quitman. I don't know what's going on with it. So, you know, he was the mayor one time, but I'm gonna bring him on in. Our homeboy, Coach Maurice Freeman. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Hey, I've been fishing, man. I'm coming from the fish creek. They haven't ran me out of here yet. I'm not the most likable person in Quitman right now, but hey, I'll deal with that as it goes. But I'm coming from fishing, man. I went fishing, and I was trying to get you on in, and I see that I wasn't gonna be successful, so I had to get out of the water because I had to talk to my man.
Well, we appreciate you. I just hate that. See, when you're in that, and it's raining, it's gonna be raining here, man. You're in that car, and all we could see going by is the rain and the traffic. We could barely see you because it's so dark in there.
Oh, you're trying to call me real black, huh? I hear you. Yeah, I'm almost home.
Hey, that's an honor there.
I'm almost home, so I'll brighten up a little bit in about 1 minute.
What you say in about 1 minute?
I'm not
In about
messing
a
with
minute,
you.
I'll brighten up a little bit. I'll be at home.
You want us to wait till you get home and bring you back, Coach?
No, I'm 30 seconds from the crib right now.
Well, Coach, you know when you dropped the bomb in Brooks County, you know, first thing I hit you, I said, "Coach, are you all right?"
Yep.
And you said, Yeah, I'm good. I said, and where your ass going? And he said, I said, I know you got something up your sleeve. I know you got something up your sleeve. You are a career coach. You love the kids. You love what you're doing. I said, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait because I know you're gonna have something for me. And he froze on us, coach. He froze on me.
Yeah, damn.
Oh,
All right.
there he is. You got
You got
Wi-Fi
me?
out there, coach? I can't tell.
Yeah, you got me now?
Yeah, I got you now. I got you coming and going out them Wi-Fi zones.
Okay, I'm home now, so I'm good to go.
But coach, tell us about Daleville, and I know that you like challenges. What made you decide to go to Daleville? And you see, we are repping Daleville up there. Tell
Yeah, I
us what's
see it.
going on.
Well, they recruited me. They called me, said, "Coach, look, we're looking for a tough coach that'll come in here and take care of these kids and show them some good football and some morals and values." And they came to Quitman to visit with us. And they said, "Look, we're interested in recruiting you and your wife. So my wife will be going as CTA director also. So that was something that was special to me that you came and you recruited us and said, look, we know you're getting retirement. We know she'll get retirement because she's 30 years. She'll be 30 in May, 30 years in May. I'm already 36 years. But, you get your full salary in another state and you get to do what you love, and that's coach kids and make a little extra money. So I can always use a tip.
Wow, coach, so they did their homework on you when they came and talked to you.
Well, that's impressive. It's when you're as dark as I am, if you know what I mean. You don't get recruited too often. They look for the other guys more so than they look for you. So when someone starts to beat your door down saying, hey, I know about you, we're interested in you, because I've always been second place. Second place, Valdosta. Second or third place, Tifton. Second or third place, this, that, and the other. So, I'm just tired of being second place, man. It's great to know that people are recruiting you and are interested in you as a coach, but there's got to be something a little strange when you're always coming in second place, and your record is better than 95% of the people that got the job. So, not to start no mess, which I'm not interested in. I'm interested in going somewhere where somebody says, "Hey, we like what you do. We want you to try to do the same thing here."
Mm, mm, mm. And see, it's right outside Dothan. We've done a little homework, not that far outside Dothan, and you a guy who operates in a small town anyway.
Right. Listen, man, it doesn't matter where you work at. If you're going to deal with kids and you're going to teach kids and you're going to coach kids, my ego's not that bad. Doesn't matter the classification. It is another small place. And by the way, I do like small towns. And they dangle some fishing in up under my nose also, Coach. We got Lake Ufala and Lake Seminole right there from you, and we know some guys that'll take you fishing also on your spare time when you're not coaching and dealing with our kids. So those things there make you feel just like home.
Mm. So were you able to get in? I know you did. You went and visited the city and the campus. And you met some of the kids.
Of course, the whole 9 yards. Met the coaches that want to stay. Met a lot of the players. Met the administrators. Met some teachers, the superintendent, the assistant superintendent. We went out to dinner and we had a great time together. And they assisted me in finding a place to live and gave me enough time off that I could tell my own kids here at Brooks that I was leaving and got it situated. So, hey, it's what I want to do.
Coach, how did it go when you told your team?
Well, that didn't go well. At first, they didn't believe me. I've always had this thing with my guys. I said, look, guys, if I ever come in and we got a meeting and I throw my whistle down on the floor, that means I'm done. And so when they came in, I gave them a little quick speech on continuing to work, and then I dropped the whistle, and they're like, no, Coach, you can't do that. And I said, well, I'm an adult. Yes, I can. It's tough on you. It's tough on me, but this is what I have to do. This is what I want to do. And, it's a sad day. you're not going to be happy. Heck, I wasn't happy leaving them, but those are the things that happen in life, and we all have to go through those things from time to time. It's just like losing your mother and your father, your grandmother, anything like that. Those are tough times. I spent 20 years here, so I know I've coached players and I've coached their dads. So that's tough when you finally say, "Okay, I'm hanging that whistle up. This is it."
Wow, Coach. I know when I heard it that meeting with your guys in the locker room was going to be a difficult one, to have. It couldn't be anything else because you've been there so long and you've been a part of it. In fact, you went to Brooks County.
Yes, I'm a Brooks County graduate, so I've got a lot of pride in this community and in that football team. 20 years of the playoffs. Never ever in the history of Brooks County and Maurice Freeman have we not made the playoffs. 2 state titles, played for 4 state titles, lost 2 in semifinals numerous times, numerous region titles. So the accolades are there because the kids played well and they listened to the coaching staff well. Cannot take all the credit because I've had some great coaching staffs and I've had some outstanding players, be it they were college players or just high school players. They were in my eyes they were great and they did a wonderful job for me.
And your guys have played all over the country, all over the Southeast. Your guys have represented themselves well at different colleges pretty much everywhere, Coach.
That is correct, and I'm so proud of them. From Marcus Stroud to Malcolm Parrish to I've got a kid OJ over at Georgia Southern right now. We've got some talent. I've got a freshman. You've seen us play. I've got a
Right.
freshman already been offered. I think he's got about 9 or 10 offers already. So we've got some talent on that football team. Make no mistake, those young men can play some football.
Absolutely. If any of y'all have a question, put it in their comments and we'll ask Coach. We're only gonna keep him a few more minutes because he's a busy man. Got that fish in there. What'd you catch today, Coach?
Bass. I catch fish, man. I am fish hawk. When I go fishing, I say, look, get right now, or I can put this boat in and it's gonna be trouble. Well, they jump in the boat, so boat in, and it's always. I wish I could coach as well as I fish.
Yeah, right, Coach. Yeah, it's right there, neck and neck, Coach. If you fishing better than you coaching, boy, they ought to jump out the river or out the lake when you come.
That is what I've been trying to tell them, but they're hard. Yeah, you got to learn your lesson.
Oh, Coach Rick, you got something you want to ask the legend?
Yes, Coach. First of all, congratulations. Uh, how exciting is this for a fresh start?
Well, it is very exciting. I'm nervous. One, antsy, ready to go. I start work on Monday, April 15th. So you've got to get down there and got to get those young men to understand the type of program that I like and find out exactly what kind of talent we really do have and get them in the weight room first and get them to see if they can do the things that I'd love for them to do in the weight room and then start teaching fundamentals.
Okay. I've looked at your roster a little bit, Coach. You're not devoid of talent. You got a couple guys coming back that are supposedly pretty good football players.
Yeah, man. Make no mistake. Now, there's some kids on there that can play. It is my job to get them in the right positions and get them to play well, and the staff that I can acquire. And I've had some guys sending in resumes. I think I got about 15 resumes on my desk already, with some guys saying, "Hey, man, I want to be a part of this." So I'm extremely excited about it. We're going to go to Alabama, and hopefully we can make some things happen.
So they would allow you to fill your own staff?
Yes. I've got 3 spots, 3 more spots to fill. But when I came in, they said, "Look, you every spot is yours. You can keep them or you can do what you want to do. We'd like a couple of them, and we'd like for you to talk to them." And I spoke with them, and I like them too. They want to win. They want to work. They love work. So look, man, we want to be here. We down with it. So if you're down with it and you want to run the program that I want to run, then it's no need for you to change jobs. Let's get this thing going. And I've got a few other coaches to. I got to get a basketball coach because I love the game of basketball. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I love some basketball, and I've coached basketball before. But at this age, I don't want to coach football and basketball, so I'll be looking for a basketball coach also.
Coach, are you the athletic director as well?
Yes, sir, I am.
Coach.
Oh,
You weren't the athletic director anymore at Brooks, were you?
That's a long story there, but to make it short, I was athletic director at Brooks. One of my buddies that was a principal at the elementary school, they removed him as principal, so I removed myself as athletic director so he could move into that job, and he became athletic director, and then unfortunately he got fired as athletic director, and we have a new athletic director now, Coach Graves, his new athletic director. But I was, and I am now, the past president of Georgia Athletic Directors Association, but I was not the athletic director at my own school.
Okay, Coach, I'm gonna leave that to
Yeah,
people's imagination.
That's together.
Well, I appreciate that, Coach. Now you know you going on over there in Alabama, so you know NCiiGHTS gonna have to come to Alabama and let everybody see what you do and put your new squad out for everybody to see.
Well, we're great friends, and I hope you're going to come on over. I'll shoot you the schedule if I've not already sent you the schedule. But yes, you must come visit us.
Absolutely, that's a will do. You know, we've had a great run at Brooks, but when you left, we left. When we left, you left. That you know, it's a relationship. So
it is. I appreciate it.
When you were at Brooks, we found out.
Is the hammer going?
Yeah.
The hammer is going to Alabama.
They're using it in their promotional stuff.
No, we're gonna teach that. Now, it's one thing to have a hammer on your pictures and things like that. It's another thing to really be that hammer.
Absolutely, Rick. We were doing the Thomasville High game with Brooks, and I'm down on the field. Man, I looked up and saw Coach Freeman. I almost fell out. I said, "Oh Lord!" I said, "Coach, you back home, Coach?" He said, "Absolutely." I said, "Well, I tell you what, we coming with you. We'll be at Brooks," and we were there every year after that.
And that's
every year after that.
And we didn't
follow them to the state one year.
Yes, sir. Good football, great football. Brooks County plays some great football.
They surely do, and good people. So you know we'll miss them. But we ain't gonna miss our boy. We going with our homeboy. We going to Daleville High School.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. Come on down.
Coach Freeman, we appreciate you being with us as always. Part of the NCiiGHTS family. You know that's who you are. And when you rep, we rep. NCiiGHTS everywhere.
All right, you make sure this is not my last show.
Absolutely, it won't be. Especially now that you got off the fishing to come talk to us. Oh yeah, we in good shape.
Oh, you can see that picture of me there now. You couldn't see the one when we're sitting in the truck.
Coach Freeman, I don't know what to say about you, huh?
We're looking at a background. I can't see anybody. Tell them to smile or something.
Coach, you know your sense of humor coming out more and more. I'm scared of you now, Coach.
It'll go back. It'll go back in. I'll be grouchy again.
Coach, I appreciate you and thank you. You always welcome on NCiiGHTS. Just keep us posted with what's going on.
It's an honor, Coach. It's always an honor, and I always call you Coach because you were a coach when I was a little snotty-nosed joker at FAMU, and I conversations. I didn't play girls basketball, but you took time to talk to me and help me go on my way. And we appreciated the brand of basketball that you had at FAMU, man. We enjoyed it. Our football team always supported you guys, and I fell for you, and we were lifelong friends.
Coach, I appreciate you so much, and you haven't changed in your honesty and sincerity. And I was able to see them watch you. You were pretty much grown as a man when you came to us, so you didn't need much. So my little bit of words that I gave you just went along with what you had gotten from that upbringing at home. Well, and we appreciate you and your family. We really do.
It meant a lot to me. Thank you for having me on the show, and I look forward to being on there again while I'm at Daleville.
Thank you, Coach. We'll talk soon.
All right, take care. Bring that hammer.
All right, Coach.
All right, Coach. We got you squared away. All the way out to the edge of the sidewalk there. Coming on around. Let me zoom out as much as I can. But we We're looking good in the front. Let me whip you around. And you can see where it's starting to dry. That's what it's pretty much gonna look like as we keep going. Take you down sidewalk there. That's pretty much what you'll be looking at. Now you got some water here.
Man, that it's always good to have somebody like Coach. I mean, he's just a stand-up guy. And I know they were not happy with him when he left, that nobody really could believe that he was actually leaving Brooks County, because he has been Brooks County. That's been very hard for them to accept, for him to leave and move on. But he's going on to Daleville, and INSiiGHTS going to Daleville too. So we'll be able to keep that relationship going. Hey, that's what it's about, relationships. Sometimes people get a little upset about it, but it is what it is. You know, you have a loyalty to those people who've been with you.
Bam. Bam. Facts. And it had to be hard.
Hey,
I mean, he's an alum. It had to be hard, but hey, they made the right move by recruiting the wife. if she was on board, it was bam. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, good job.
No,
good job.
Good point. Good point of emphasis there to say that. And knew when she was gonna have her 30 years in, so they had already did their research.
You
You can retire in Georgia, get your retirement check. Come to Alabama, get another check. Hard to say no to that now.
Facts.
Hard
And
to
help
say
get a
no
house
to
too. Okay. Where do I sign?
I know that's right. You know, so we've looked at the schedule and looked at it, and 2 hours over there, because it's an hour and a half to Brooks County, so not much further. But our time difference, it'll be all right. And to do it for Foot is completely, absolutely worth it, to be able to do that, for us to be able to support him. So we still got you covered with the men and women's tournaments, man. We got a couple really good features for you. But one of the things that's happening during basketball is wrapping up, even in football.
Now that the NCAA tournaments have concluded, the real madness begins in earnest. Transfer portal season. This is where players try to find a good landing spot, and teams try to find replacements to make a run to their own land of gold, an NCAA tournament championship. Some of the interesting names in the portal include Duke's Mark Mitchell and the Arizona duo of Kylan Boswell and Omar Ballo. A former five-star recruit, Mitchell, a 6'9" forward, averaged 11.6 points and 5.9 rebounds last season. He started 67 of his 68 games with Duke. The sophomore guard Boswell was another former five-star recruit. He started 35 games this season for the Cats, averaging 9.6 points and 3.6 assists. The 7-foot center Ballo, who was first-team All-Pac-12 his last two seasons, averaged 12.9 points and 10.1 rebounds in leading the Cats to the NCAA tournament. The most intriguing name to hit the portal, however, is Bronny James. The freshman guard, the son of NBA all-time leading scorer LeBron James, has declared himself eligible for the NBA draft and will go through the draft process. If it doesn't appear he is ready, he will likely play another year at another institution. He started the year recovering from cardiac arrest and averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 25 games with the Trojans. The portal is a game within a game. Players may find their fit or see the grass isn't green on the other side. Teams could hit the jackpot or go all in and bust. It's a gamble that many will play, as over 1,000 people are in the portal, but not everyone will win. Let the games begin.
We said, Rick, let the game begin.
Let them begin, because it's crazy. Already over 1,000 people in the portal, in the basketball portal, Coach.
Hey,
where they gonna go?
Hey, we only need about 2 or 3 of them. Get them in fam. I'd offer Bronny. I try to get Trey Donaldson, who hit the transfer portal from Florida High, from Auburn. Try and get him. If we got anybody else local that's unhappy where they are, and we have some of the places, bring them home. We don't need but a couple of them. We dominate the swag. Just get a couple of them. Just get those guys home, and you'll be in the money. And why you wouldn't operate and go after Bronny? See, the thing you have to realize is when the numbers aren't good, you need to be at an institution where you can have good numbers. You got to have good numbers. You can't go to another Power 5 school and don't play. You got to go somewhere and get your numbers up, your resume up. And then if you want to go after another year and go somewhere, then go. But you got to go somewhere where you could play. Come to FAMU. Sports Diva said players jumping into the portal, leaving the teams that gave them a chance, shaking her head. If they're academically sound now, you can't just jump in that portal now and haven't done what you needed to do. Academic. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And that academic component is a big piece of it. Big piece of it.
So that's when I may become the bad guy, because it's okay. You have a year for residency, or you have so many transcripts. I can't allow you to be clear you to be an athlete. And so I have every single transcript of the school you've been to, or I receive transfer waivers from every single school you've been to. And that can be a holdup and frustrating for kids. But that's how I know I'm protecting the coach, the program, the athletic department, and our university, is by being due diligent and making these kids wait until all information has been received, all information has been evaluated. Again, so it's the integrity of the program. So the transfer portal can be difficult when you have so many transfers, or a kid that has been to so many schools. Those multiple schools make a longer process of getting them clear athletically and for eligibility reasons as well. So the portal is all over the place, but right now coaches want a more experienced player, which is harder for high school students because the age gap right now between an 18 or a 23, 24-year-old. But if that's what's going to make our program successful, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we evaluate everything properly so that our kids can have an opportunity to win that championship and continue to build those programs.
Well, as the academic gatekeeper of NCAA rules and legislation, sometimes that's a heavy crown to bear, because people take your decision as a personal one, but your job is to protect the integrity of the institution.
Yes, sir. And I try to explain that in very, very much detail. I want to break everything down.
Time is running out on a great opportunity to secure premium content on our INSiiGHTS Roku channel and INSiiGHTS mobile app. Get your free download to get your INSiiGHTS premium content free, forever. Hurry.
Rick, you like that INSiiGHTS shirt she had on?
Yeah, look, Claflin orange there. Yeah, it was sweet there. I peeped it out. See, I saw the 2 eyes in the middle. That's what got me. Like, whoa.
And on the back of it,
I know that name.
You know that on the back of it says The Claflin Athletics Show. It said and it's only one shirt made like that. She helps us coordinate all of our interviews that we have, and we wanted to say thank you. And boy, her wearing that shirt has created a furor in Orangeburg. It's created a mess.
Now
but
you
what
know.
she said goes along with what you were saying. Go ahead, Rick.
No, I was going to say great points by her, especially, and you said it too. I mean, the academic part of it. She's there to as the gatekeeper, but all these people going and trying to come in, and they've been to 3 or 4 different schools. And why did you go to 3 or 4 different schools? It's not just the coach. I try to be pro player, but as a reporter, I have to be down the middle. So I give a little love to some coaches every now and then. But or on the real though, it's not when you go to 3 or 4 different schools. It's not just the coach. Sorry, it has to do with the person. And I think a lot of institutions need to watch that. And I love what she says. She says you have to pay attention to that and make sure they're right because it could be a bad fit for the institution.
Absolutely. And one of the key things that they continue to stress is the fact that student athletes have to be eligible where they're transferring from to be able to compete somewhere else. If you're ineligible at one institution, you can't leave and go to another institution and be immediately eligible to play or receive aid. So all of that is paramount that students understand the significance of that. Sports Divas has a good point, Rick. A good point there. Well, we really kicking the new year. Some sports diva giving you some credit and not chewing you up. That's all right there.
People better get us now. That's all. You better get us now, because it's coming.
Say, we won by a lot again.
That's another topic. Monogram in my pocket off Rick.
Who let the Huskies out? Again. By going back to back, UConn became just the 8th men's program to achieve such a feat in the last 85 years of men's college basketball, and the 3rd program to do it in the last 50 years. But hey, let's give it up to Purdue, who is one of the better teams all college basketball season, as well as to center Zach Edey, who made himself some money in the NBA with one hell of a tournament. But let's not even fool ourselves. This tournament was all about the top team, the UConn Huskies. UConn is now tied for 3rd with 6 national titles, trailing only Kentucky and UCLA. Since their first title in 1999, no other school has more than 3 titles during that span. The non-believers should not doubt now. You see, offense is for show, but defense is for dough, meaning defense still wins championships. UConn proved that in the Final Four. First in the semis, Alabama entered the tourney leading the nation in scoring at more than 90 points per game. Not only did UConn hold the Tide to 72 points, but Alabama did not score one fast break point. Now in the tourney, Edey's presence on the inside opened up the Boilermakers' outside game. But while Edey got his in the championship game, the Huskies clamped down on everyone else, holding Purdue to a season-low 60 points, and the Boilermakers just hit one three-pointer. That's defense. UConn won the tournament, outscoring their opponents by 140 points, the most ever in a tournament. Can they do it again? In this era of one and dones and beam me up and quick transfer portals, and the fact that only UCLA has ever won 3 straight men's championships, Conventional wisdom will say no. Still, Vegas has UConn as a betting favorite heading into next season.
Oh, but you said something. Defense. If in the first 3 minutes of the game, it was decided by my money, the intensity in which they were playing defense, pressuring the ball, getting over picks, denying ball reversal, not allowing them to make entry passes. And they had the ability to play that for 40 minutes. I didn't even watch the rest of it. I thought defensively they played one heck of a game plan that they were going to execute all the way through. They limited my big boy, what shoulder he could turn over. They didn't run that inside-outside game where they sagged in from the three-point shooter, allowed him to kick it back out. They stayed at home. They did a heck of a job. And when I saw what they were running, I said, oh, no, they're not going to have a plan to be able to handle that. See,
And
Earl
it's funny,
LaPearl,
Coach.
Hankerson comments there say, yes, sir, the game
Hank,
was never
Hank.
close.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and to lose 3 starters from last year's squad, championship squad, and replace them with and the 2 who were there didn't play that many minutes last year, and so it was almost like a whole new starting 5, and got them back to back. That dude, that Hurley, he's a darn good coach. We throw around great a little bit too much, so I'm gonna say he's a darn good coach right now with going back to back, and I think he fits in with his family. Brother, Bobby Hurley, 1-2 back to back at Duke, and his father, longtime high school coach who won, I think I read 26 state titles in his day.
In his bloodlines. When you kind of grow up in a basketball family like that, you never really see the game like some people see it, because you kind of pick up nuances of the game that takes other people a while to pick up. And it just kind of, it's what you talk about it at breakfast and lunch or dinner. You don't watch, and I remember oftentimes, even with my AAU teams, we always told them, I said, that you don't watch a game like an average student is supposed to watch the game. And you're looking for entry pass, how they play the post. Is the ball reversed? If they're running that 1-3-1, is the offside wing dropping under the basket? Who takes the ball out of bounds on the press? Because when we're pressing, if the point guard takes the ball out of bounds, we're going to deny the ball so that he can't get the ball back. So if they give it to somebody else and try to kick it back to the point guard, but we would spend time talking to them about it. So a lot of them, they don't see the game like normal young ladies see it. And they dated one of the Rattlerettes. Guys always kind of like, man, we just educate them. So we do that in the house, in the family, as my dad did with me. So I'm sure with Hurley, I mean, it's something. He was approached about taking Kentucky. He was approached about that.
Yeah, he had a funny line on there, Coach.
Huh? What'd you say, Earl? I
was reading what Earl said.
Earl Hankerson, my shining over with 8 minutes left. My eyelids went out. Oh boy, all right, boy. That third eye came back on him. I'm scared of Earl. Should have gave him a seat today. Oh, should have gave him a seat today.
Next week.
Oh boy, he said next week. But that
hey, yeah, because I'm gonna take my
Go ahead.
Coach. I'm gonna take my what were we talking about? The time that the NBA players take off, the management. Next week I'm gonna take my management day off.
Yeah. Well, we were gonna give you that management day off anyway, so that's perfect. That fits right in.
Go ahead, man. Come on. We gotta talk about the women.
And as Earl
we gotta talk about the women.
Look at right. You're right. So we're gonna go talk about the women.
One shining moment. Boy, that's a song that everybody knows that beat to it. Though you don't know the words, but you always hear it when they're cutting down the nets, and it encapsulates all of what happened in the NCAA tournament. Also featuring that winning team, showing a lot of their highlights and information like that. What's the history on that? The song was written by David Barrett, a singer-songwriter from Ann Arbor, Michigan in 1986. He says he was inspired to create the song after watching Larry Bird play on TV following one of his performances at a bar in East Lansing, Michigan that he watched the game from. He says he wrote down the lyrics on a napkin, and the next day, according to him, the song became fully formed. A high school friend of his, an investigative journalist for CBS, passed the song to CBS Sports creative director, and they planned to debut the song after the Super Bowl 21 in January 87. Because of scheduling constraints, they asked could they use it after the NCAA men's basketball championship game in 1987. The positive response to the playing of the song became a tradition. Since 2016, CBS and TBS alternately broadcasting the championship game ensured that the song remained part of the network's family. It is notable that is only played for the winners of the NCAA men's game, not for the women. Nobody knows why that's been the case, but it is noted that it's just one more instance in the separation of men and women's basketball as the men, programs, and broadcasting teams are holding on to that, it seems, to keep it just for something for men's basketball and for that point.
Cause inside you know in one shot our INSiiGHTS mobile apps and have your own personalized content experience with our exclusive content. We developed an interactive experience as easy and diversified as Netflix. You have exclusive features showing access premium features, behind-the-scenes content and programs only available on our mobile apps and our streaming Roku channel. INSiiGHTS apps give you our content in your hands while INSiiGHTS Roku is on your big screen. Locally owned. Globally known. INSiiGHTS.
Join us on Faith TV on INSiiGHTS Roku. Anytime you need to feel the word, that you need uplifting, go to INSiiGHTS YouTube or mobile apps and feel His Spirit lift yours up. Pray with us on Faith TV and allow His Spirit to comfort you. I have been sent to help you find your way. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Faith TV on INSiiGHTS.
Time out. Time out. This is the coach. I'm a part of the INSiiGHTS Mick and Rick show. Now when I can get Rick out of that cup, I get good discussion from him about the hottest sports topics. But we do keep it straight, no chaser. The more he turns that cup up, them words come out faster than a chicken pecking up corn. I'm just saying, or trying to say, what the damn hell? Just join us on the Mick and Rick show.
For a limited time only, the first 500 downloads of the INSiiGHTS app will get free premium content for life. Watch the Mick and Rick show, Black History Moments, Remembering the Legends, INSiiGHTS Magazine, Faith TV, along with the Game of the Week series. See INSiiGHTS creative content with skits from the Church Sisters, students in generations and more. The INSiiGHTS app is on your Android and iPhone and is now being downloaded in countries worldwide.
That's the guy you need to sue on that Mick and Rick promo. Every time I see that, boy, that thing is funny.
He talking about being my cup, man. That dude looks like he's had a few.
He looked like he had a few.
Yes, indeed. I'm the coach.
Oh, did you like that INSiiGHTS version of One Shining Moment?
I saw what you did there. I see what you did there. I see what women ain't getting no love. INSiiGHTS will give you love. Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Yes.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were took a while to kind of figure that out and get it up there, but man, that I know that during the game, even my wife was talking about. She said, "Man, said Don Staley had her crying." She had just, it was emotional, and all the heat that she took, and she said that one of the cutest things is when she called them the daycare team, or she said that she had pulled out the mats, and I figured we wouldn't have time to show. Pulled out the mats, told them to take a nap. They in the locker room during the tournament, and every one of those girls on the mat curled up like a preschooler, sleep. And she said this team was so entirely different from any other team she had. Last year's team was businesslike, and I had a team like that: Rosa Hudgens, Cynthia Lee. They were efficient. They were just businesslike. And she said, but this year's team was completely different. She said they were just goofy. And she said she never had a team that come in. They want to know. They want to see the practice sheet. They want to know what's on the. We never let the kids see the practice sheet. But she let them show it. She said, man, if it helped them and they still play, she said she just let them go. And we talked a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about they were on the revenge tour. And they asked Coach Staley, what did she think about that? And she was like, she didn't believe in it, but if that's what the kids use to get themselves ready, she let them go with it. See, there go Earl talking about every time I see that part with Don Staley, I swear someone's cutting onions in here. You have to give her that respect for what she did. You were talking about UConn and replacing 3 players. She replaced 5. She replaced 3 that went in the first round at WNBA. She replaced 5. And I sit here now, as we sit here and look for next year, you can never underestimate her, but the dark horse to me that's back is UConn. UConn signed the #1 high school player in the country. 6'2", 6'3". She's an animal in there. Her mother is over director of player personnel with the Boston Celtics. Played in the WNBA. Her dad was a professional athlete. He played in the league. She's seen the finest things. She's had the finest coaches. All of that she could get. She said she needs somebody that's going to push her past what she thinks she can do. And she wanted to play for Gino because she knew that his reputation, that he was going to push her to make her better than what she thought she would. And they lose the big girl in the middle, but Paige will be back next year. Paige is special. That's right. Paige is special. I tell you, and I'm partial to jump shooters now. Now you can never look past Dawn Staley because I like somebody. I don't mean I don't like them. And I like the battle that Dawn does and what she does with her teams. You know, and the following that she has. She's on the verge of, you know, becoming one of the greatest in this generation. And somebody had entered the transfer portal off her team. I think it was one of them, and she was saying she wished them good luck. Somebody, she wasn't playing much. She said, "Hey, we wish them good luck, and you know, hope that they find what they're looking for." But she's gonna reload, and as somebody told us, one of our INSiiGHTS family members, talking so much black and white and in sports, but they said that Dawn has black and white. You know,
yeah.
He said she's an example of being able to cross the lines of diversity and make everybody as one, and that more people should try to follow the example that Dawn is setting with her basketball program.
Hell of a coach, hell of a person.
Exactly. Exactly.
And what's the first thing she did, Coach? What's the first thing she did? She thanked God. She thanked God. I mean, and a spiritual woman. I'm a Dawn Staley fan. Have always been a fan, even when she was back at UVA. But yeah, if it was any doubt,
I told you I saw her first when she was at a tournament, and everybody was playing or standing around the court. And I said, "Who's that?" He said, "You don't know about Dawn Staley? That's the little girl from Philadelphia. She killing people." And I was standing up on the top of the bleachers looking over a couple courts to where she was, trying to get a peek at her. And I said, "You know what? I'll be watching her for the next couple of years on TV too, just like I'm doing now. I better try and get me one of these girls off this court right here." But she was legendary. I mean, she was, and she's a great person.
Yeah. The WNBA is in its 25th season, and there are lots of players whose success paved the way to the game we are seeing today. But in today's Remembering the Legends, we shine the spotlight on one of the most decorated players in the history of women's basketball. Today, we pay homage to Sheryl Swoopes. Born March 25, 1971, Swoopes picked up the game of basketball from her brothers, who treated her like any other player. Those hard knocks paid dividends for the woman who was called the female Michael Jordan, and Swoopes was the first woman basketball player that Nike named a shoe after. No, Mars, it's not the shoes. She had game and lots of it. While in junior college, Swoopes was named Junior College Player of the Year in 1991, and after transferring to Texas Tech, she was named National Player of the Year in 1993 and led the Lady Raiders to a national championship where she will pour in an NCAA title game record 47 points. From there, the legend would just continue to grow. The first ever pick for the WNBA by the Houston Comets, Swoopes helped the Comets to 4 WNBA championships. In 2000, she was named the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, a double feat she would accomplish again in 2002. She was named Defensive Player of the Year again in 2003 after leading the league in steals. And in 2005, Swoops was the first player to be named league MVP 3 times. Swoops retired following the 2011 season as a 5-time All-WNBA first-team selection. She won 3 Olympic gold medals as a part of USA women's basketball and was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2016. Even more than her personal accomplishments, Swoops is still giving back, hosting the free Swoops Hoops Elite Basketball Camp this year. Women's basketball was around before Cheryl Swoops, and she wasn't alone in launching the WNBA. But you cannot write the league history without a chapter on Swoops, who simply made the game better. That is why she is a legend. Swoops.
And timely with all the
Swoops.
success of the women's programs that's going on now. And man, Rick, you did a good job. Not that you don't normally, but you did a good job there, young man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I got a coach. I got to thank my coaches for lighting fires under my ass, for keeping me going. I got to thank the Almighty for keeping me alive each day. And I want to give a special shout out to my aunt who had just had a birthday, 72. Happy birthday, Aunt Cynthia. Love you. And all the women in my life. Oh, on the real though. Shout out to Tara Vander, the Stanford coach who just retired. Vanderveer. Thank you, Jeezy. Hell of a coach. Hell of a coach. Yes. Hell of a career. Congratulations, coach. You deserve it.
I want to say something before we close. We talk about the women, but the announcers that we had at the main studio for the women's games, it was 3 of them in the main and 2 of them who played. Oh, the Andrea, the little guard, she's special. Oh my goodness. When those 2 break down a game film, it's like being in a coaching session. And both of them played, but man, they break the game down. I'd like to hear them even do some of the men's games. And for them to even just be doing that, because I think she does also the SEC Women's Network games. They're good. They were really good. And their analysis of the games were beyond a commentator's analysis. And it was a coach's viewpoint on it. And the way they broke things down, typically I don't like to watch the halftime shows, but their game breakdowns were special. And I had meant to make comment of it as we went through the season. I mean, as we went through the March Madness, I thought that they were the stars of the show, stars of the broadcast. I really did. And when you get them
she
on there,
is a rising star, coach.
Yes. You're gonna do, and then you're gonna say something lame to Dawn like, you a tough Philly girl, and now we looking at you crying. I was like, that didn't hit a mark at all, So I sometimes we're having some older reporters that are almost resentful, and it shows across to me because they just don't bring anything different to it, and it's almost like they're just holding on. And some of the younger ones, and particularly these 2 that I saw, were pretty sharp. They and just being young isn't it? We got some young reporters out there, female, that I'm like not impressed. When I see them, I go to something else. But those that were in the broadcast studio, yeah, thumbs up on them. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all being with us again. Man, And we keep trying, and we're successful in that a lot of people are making comments that they get something new every time they listen to the show. And they get something that they didn't know. And we want to educate, entertain, and enrich. And we hope that we bring you something that you could take with you. You know, we hope that you could take something with you. And we do it in a format. We want y'all to, I want you to be more mainstream. I said, well, no, we're not going to be mainstream. We're not going to be that. We can only be who we are, you know.
Straight no chase, baby. Straight no chase.
As Jank Barbecue guy told me, he said, you like
rocking with us.
I know that's right. The Jank Barbecue man told me, he said, y'all are like listening to my two uncles at the barbecue. He said, that's what he said, y'all just like y'all sitting around eating a rib, drinking a beer or whatever's in that Rick's cup. But that's just how we operate, though. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of you for all that you do, for being with us through ups and downs. And sometimes, you know, hey, Rick, I heard feedback on ESPN this week. So, you know, I'm like, our stuff ain't like theirs. And if I could see ESPN losing and all that, I said, man, we ain't the only ones that do that sometimes.
Stay up to date with the latest from INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle, INSiiGHTS.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent their independent thoughts and representation.
Download your app. You know, we're getting more and more downloads. Hey, we appreciate you. Tune in. You could get us any and everywhere. INSiiGHTS everywhere. Peace.
Everywhere.